Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on this super festive glittery half cut crease. I really love the way this turned out and I can't wait to show you guys how I created it. As always, everything will be listed in the description box down below, as well as all of my socials. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, and that'll give you notifications every time I post. I really want to do a Q&A before New Year's, like I want to film a Q&A. So if you do have any questions that you want to ask me, or if you want to know anything, please pop them down in the comments, or you can comment on any of my Instagram pictures, my recent ones, and I will get that filmed for you because I do really want to do one. I really like doing chatty videos, and I feel like with my tutorials I'm so focused on teaching you how to do it, the look, that I get sort of a bit carried away and I forget to sort of show my actual true personality on the camera. So if you want to learn how I created this look, then please stay tuned. So I've already prepped my eye, I've already done my forehead just because I like to work my way down, and I feel like it's easier once you've already done your brows to already have your foundation on your forehead done so you don't mess them up. And I've partially done this eye just to see what I was going to do because I knew the sort of like idea I had in my head and I knew what products I wanted to use, but I didn't know how the look was going to turn out. So the first shade I'm going to use in the crease is from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, and it's this shade right here. So I don't know what it's called because mine doesn't have names on the back or anything, and I'm quite annoyed actually because one of my friends bought one like more recently, and with the new packaging they've put all of the shade names on the back. I'm going to take that on a Backstage Beauty large eye blender brush, and I'm just going to build this up through the crease. And this is basically, you're not even going to really see this shade once we put the other eyeshadows on, but it's basically just to map out how high we want our eyeshadow to be blended, and it's just going to be a nice transition. Then when I've got less product on my brush, I'm just going to start to really lightly feather that up towards my brow bone just to create a really nice blend. So the next shade I'm going to use is Lolita from Kat Von D. Focus. So it's the limited edition eyeshadow and blush, like it doubles up as a blush. And it's really funny because I'm also going to use the Metal Crush highlight palette, which hasn't actually launched yet, but I got sent these as like a Christmas gift from my company. But I actually left my company on like Monday. I handed in my notice and I don't work there anymore, but I still got this in the post, so I was like, yes, that is a score. So I'm gonna take that shade, Lolita, on a Morphe M514 brush, and this is gonna be like the main shade really. I'm just gonna go all the way through the crease with this and build it up on the outer corner as well. And I really love this brush for getting in the crease. It's a little bit smaller than what I used to use, but because it's so fluffy but it's still really tapered, it gives a really nice precision when you use it in the crease. And I did prep my eye before starting with the Eden Primer Potion from Urban Decay, but I didn't set it today because I'm trying to try out some different techniques. And usually I would set my base, but I see a lot of makeup artists don't set their bases, so I'm just going to give it a try and see how it works for me. But so far on this eye it hasn't creased at all, and it blended really nicely. So I'm taking this right into the inner corner because obviously we did cut the crease here a little bit. So I want the inner corner to be quite dark so that you can really see a prominent line for where the glitter cuts across. And then I'm going to go back in with my blending brush from before and just blend around the edges. And I'm just going to, you'll notice I keep going back and forth with my brushes in all of my videos, and that is just because it helps the blend. So even if I don't say that I'm switching a brush, if you notice a brush has switched to a brush that I was using for a different shade, it's probably because I'm just using it to help blend. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of the Lolita shade. The next shade I'm going to use is from the Jaclyn Hill palette again, and it's this burgundy shade right here. This is very similar to the Lolita shade, it's just a little bit more on the cranberry side, and it's just slightly deeper as well. And I'm taking that on a Morphe M506 brush. And again, I'm focusing on the outer corner first, and then I'm going to take it through the crease as well. I'm going to go back in with my M514 brush and just help blend that out. So now I'm going to pick up the darkest colour I'm going to use, and it is this shade right here. So it looks quite brown in the on the camera, but it is more of a like aubergine. It's almost verging on black, but it's got a very purple undertone. And I'm taking that on a Morphe M507 brush. And what I'm going to do is just press that onto the outer corner. And then once all of that product is off my brush, I'm just going to use the very tip of the brush just to start moving that product around. And I'm taking it slightly into the crease, not too much though, I don't want it to be too dark through the crease. And then slightly on the inner corner as well. And then I'm going to go back in with that cranberry shade. And back in with the Lolita shade as well. And then I'm just going back over everything, all the edges, with the first transition shade that we used. So now that most of the eyeshadow's done, I'm just going to cut the crease. I'm just going to use my Eden Primer Potion. And this is another reason why I didn't set it, because I like to cut my crease with the actual applicator of this. And it just doesn't sit as well if I've already powdered the base that's underneath. And then just to help blend that and make sure it's nice and even, I'm just taking a Spectrum A07 brush and I'm just patting that everywhere that I've applied it. And then here where it sort of starts to blend into the shadow, I'm just going to start to lightly drag it towards the outer corner of my eye. So the glitter that I'm going to use for my lid is the NYX Rose glitter. It doesn't really come up on the camera very well, but it's like a really nice light pink. And what I've done is I've just popped a little bit of my lip adhesive onto this little palette, and I'm just using like a flat concealer brush, getting a tiny bit on my brush and sort of like patting the excess off. And then I'm going to pat that over my whole lid, everywhere that I want the glitter to be basically. And then I'm going to take that same brush, and I've got some glitter in the lid, and I'm going to use the same brush to pick it up, so that will help to eliminate the fallout. And then I'm going to press that on. Now that the glitter's on, I'm just going to go back in with the darker shade that we used. And I'm just going to press that, sort of like overlapping where the glitter has ended. And then I'm just going to go back in with my brush that I used for Lolita just one more time, just to make sure everything is blended. So now I'm just going to do a really thin line on my lash line with my gel liner from Alaska. And I'm just using a Zoeva 317 winged liner brush. Gel liner isn't the best over glitter, but what I'm going to do is just try and keep it really close to the lash line because I can't find a black liquid liner right now. I'm just going to take a wipe and just wipe away any fallout.
Hi.
So before I do the rest of my eyes, I'm just going to do my foundation, and I'm actually going to do it on camera today because I have a new foundation and I've been using it for a while and I love it. So I'm just going to take my Kat Von D primer, massage that in. And the foundation that I'm going to use is the It Cosmetics CC Plus cream. So it's a color correcting full coverage and anti-aging hydrating serum and SPF 50. Yeah, so it says your skin but better. So what I'm going to do is just take about a pump and a half on my little palette. And I'm just going to use it with my beauty blender. I'm just going to blend that all over. I've actually been loving this because it is a good coverage, but it still genuinely looks so natural. It doesn't settle into my lines. It just is, it's really good. The only downside is that because obviously the SPF, it gives flashback with flash photography, but I don't really use flash photography ever because I have my ring light, so I don't need to. And then I'm just going to use a little bit of the Bye Bye Under Eye just right on the hollows of my under eyes. And then to conceal the rest of my under eyes, I'm just going to take the MAC Select cover and I'm going to apply that directly with my beauty blender. And then to set that, I'm just going to use my RCMA powder, and I've actually put it into my Laura Mercier thing because I ran out of the Laura Mercier powder and there isn't a sifter on top of the RCMA one, so I thought I'd just pop it in here and it's so much easier. To highlight my skin, I'm going to use the Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop, and it's so sad. This is all I've got left, this little rim. I really need to get a new one because this is like one of my faves of all time. I'm just using that on a Morphe M510 brush. Like, how insane is that? I definitely need to get a new one. Definitely. Bronze, I'm going to use Tantric by Marc Jacobs as always. Nothing new there. And I'm just using that on a Spectrum CO1 brush. Okay, so now I'm going to finish off the eyes. I'm going to go straight in with my M514 brush and the Lolita shade. Then I'm going back in with the first transition shade we used. And I'm just using that mainly along the edges, just to help blend it out. and just help to connect this outer corner. And then I'm just going to go back in with a clean brush, just right around the edges, just to pull this back a little bit. Then I'm just going to go back in with my M506 brush and the cranberry shade. And then in with my 507 brush and the darkest shade that we used. And then to highlight the inner corner, I'm just going to mix all three of these. This one's more of like a pinky with a blue undertone. This one's like a white with almost like a greeny gold. And then this one is like a peach with a pink undertone. So I'm just going to mix all three on my inner corner. And these are quite glittery, so I probably wouldn't use them on my face as much, but they're really sparkly for the eyes. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara and lashes off camera and I'll be right back. So to do the lip, I really didn't know what to do. Like I wanted to do a red lip, but then it's turned out way more like purpley. So what I'm going to do is line my lips with Currant Lip Liner by MAC. And then I'm going to fill it in with Lolita Liquid Lipstick by Kat Von D. And we'll see what happens. If it looks terrible, I'm just going to take it off and do something else. Probably a nude. And I'm also going to slightly fill in my lips as well. I'm going to leave the center bare, but I wanted to create like a nice ombre. And then I'm going to go straight in with the Lolita Liquid Lipstick. And that is the final look. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed creating this actually. I love the way it came out. I love this glitter. I hardly ever use it, but it's so freaking pretty. I'm actually thinking, depending on what outfit I wear, I might wear something similar to this on Christmas Day. If you're wondering what lashes I put on, these are the House of Lashes Iconics. And I feel like they just really suit this look because they're more winged out and I haven't got a winged liner on. And they just look really pretty. And I really like the way the lip turned out actually. Like I said at the start of the video, I really want to film a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below or you can comment them on my Instagram pictures or even Snapchat, Insta stories, message me. Whatever you want, just send me your questions because I really want to film that before New Year's. As always, all of the products will be listed in the description box down below. The only product that won't be down there will be this one, and that is because it hasn't launched yet, but you will be able to get it on Debenhams and on the Kat Von D website and possibly Sephora as well when it does launch. And I think at the moment in the UK it's going to launch on Boxing Day, I think. I'm not sure. It may have already launched in the US, but I know it isn't available in the UK yet. So that's the only thing that there won't be a link for. But as soon as there is one, I will update the description box and I'll put a link down there for you. You'll also find all of my socials if you scroll right to the bottom. They will be down there as well as links to my other videos if you want to have a little binge watch of me. And please come and say hey, please follow me on Instagram and everything else. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon as well, and that'll give you notifications every time I post. And with all that being said, I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.